We do it.
Well, Vince McMahon or Donald Trump.
All right, we might be good now, actually.
Are we good?
Let's see. Keep talking.
Keep talking. Like I said, this is a very special edition of the Coaches Show to round out the season. So, our partners at Wonder Tree have been working hard all summer long. Deserved vacation. So the nitwits, the inmates are running the asylum at this point.
Yeah.
So
apologies for the intro on that. You missed a great introduction by Coach. We gave a little tribute to Devin. You want to do a quick how's it for us?
How's it?
There we go.
There we go.
All right. Now everybody got to hear what we were talking about. Yeah, this is a special one. We've never done anything like this before. Where Coach and I are just going to talk a little bit. I think one of the biggest things, we just came off a long but quick road trip. Long but quick season.
Yep.
I don't know how else to describe it, but we're a few days removed now from that long road trip and incredible run that you took the team on. What are some feelings that you can recap coming out of this season?
I mean, obviously proud of everyone involved, like from top to bottom of the club. Like, it's not just the players, the coaches, it's the front office, intern, the fans. We all came together this year to do something special. Obviously disappointing to, bow out in the Elite Eight, and mainly because we knew, or we felt like we had a team that could go the whole way. But to win the first ever conference championship for the Matadors was special. To take the team as far as it went was special, and it's kind of like a mixed emotion because you're really proud of everything, but also you're like, we could have. But I mean, only one team doesn't feel that way at the end of every season, right? There's only one national champion.
Well, you and I were talking on the bus. We won, we would have ended up with one more home game, hosting the Final Four.
Yeah.
We're like, man, if we could just get that game.
Yeah.
But really, it would have been, man, if we just got that game, we're going to want to win that game, and then we're going to win the national championship. So,
massive.
This club isn't satisfied with, not being top tier, and I love that aspect about us.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I said it when we first started speaking way back when, and I said it should be a minimum that this team gets into the playoffs every single year, is going for, number one in the regular season, is going for the Lone Star Conference Championship at a minimum. So, I think that's obviously we've done it now, and that should be the expectation that we hold going into every season.
Well, talk to the fans a little bit. I think what's interesting, you've been around either assisting or head coaching a few different other clubs at this level. What was it like being in here in your first year? Talk us through what your thoughts were coming into this, and then what ultimately, if you look back over it, what's different or what was exciting, through all of that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to a few different teams that run at the same time as we do, and been successful at those places. But I just think in terms of the professionalism of this club, the size of it, obviously the support is just insane. The amount of fans that come out to games, chanting non-stop. I've joked about it before. I've coached in front of 10, 15 people before, and half of that is guys that weren't rostered. And then you come into the Matadors, and I experienced it first as an away coach. You coach in front of like 4,500, 5,000 people, more this year, but it's just insane. And we're always out in the community, which I think is a massive part of it too. We do our community engagements. Players are going out, they're going to libraries, hospitals, dying to donates. Just everything involved with the club
we had
is
some
massive.
guys that can show up to like kids' games.
Exactly.
That we didn't tell them to go do.
Exactly. Yeah. Every single player that's been here has said to me how much they've enjoyed it and how invested they are. It's more than just what happens on the field with this club, and that's what makes it so special.
Agreed. Coming off this road trip, looking back, something else that stood out to me is every game we went to on the road, you can look up in the stands and see red jerseys and hear chanting. What was that like for you? And if you can speak on behalf of the players, what what is that feeling knowing that even going out to Jacksonville, you have people that aren't living in Texas or are living in Texas taking those road trips. Hickory, same thing.
Yeah, no, that to me is crazy and just shows how special this club is. The fact that we are getting people traveling that far to come and see us play is insane. Especially, at this level. I mean, it's so special. I don't really know what else to say other than that because it's that's unique. Not many people or many clubs get that kind of support.
Well, I can tell you from the GM side, like that to me is one of the most special things. To reiterate the word, being able to think that we've created a culture where people actually care.
Yeah.
What we're doing, so much so that they want the boys to feel some support. When we're in tough environments on the road, planning family vacations around their schedule.
Yeah.
And then feeling like being able to bring them into the win on the road as well.
Yeah.
That to me is really cool. Going back to the last game, I think fans are always curious. They love the behind the scenes stuff. We're in the locker room. We just hit a really hard loss. Some of the guys are very emotional to the situation. What do you feel like you could share from that moment as a head coach? Of like, what do you tell your guys in that moment that brings this thing to a complete whole as you're wrapping up the season where you believe that you can go all the way, but there's an abrupt stop to it. What is the message to the club?
Yeah. So obviously, when we first got into the locker room, you could hear a pin drop, and obviously guys disappointed with everything, and we just gave a quick recap on the game. Obviously, at that point, you don't need to go too into detail. Obviously, the season's done at that point. But then we got everyone together in a circle, and we just spoke about how proud we are of the boys. They put in so much work the last few months. They're the first ever group to win this club at Lone Star Conference Championship, and they took us all the way to the Elite Eight. So, and there was stories of the season. There were guys that weren't getting as many opportunities at the start of the season, but they dug in. They kept their head up, and they eventually end up becoming key players, such as Bryce Glisson. Going into the postseason. There's the other stories as well. Adam Abu-Hamidi came back, the first ever guy to come back from Lubbock and represent Lubbock, and he scored the goal that sealed the deal against West Texas to win the conference championship. And you've got Theo Butterworth, who's 19, excuse me, leading the team like he's been playing for 20 years.
The amount of people, by the way, that didn't know Theo was 19 because of how he carried himself, how hard he played, and how seamless it looked like he controlled his aspect of the game. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, we just had, it was such a special group, and I think these boys are they've formed bonds now that are going to last a lifetime, and that's what happens when you have such a tight group and a group that achieves something special.
Well, and one word that stood out to me when we were in the locker room that you mentioned was together.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great theme, great way to end the season. I would be curious to, we're not going to harp on the last game too much, but something that else stood out to me. How many teams, how many players do you think you have guys emotional at the end of an NPSL summer versus?
What do you mean?
Like, so connected that it brings them to tears.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was thinking about that when we went and played a couple of teams in elimination rounds. I didn't see tears.
Yeah.
I just saw, like, season's over.
Yeah.
Versus, like, the heart and care.
Yeah, I've always felt it.
Yeah. And I feel like that's also non-traditional in some places, or probably a lot of places. But I think that goes back to a lot of the relationships that are formed on the team, but also off the field with our fans.
Yeah, it shows that they're bought into the club and wanting to invest back into the community the way they've invested into us. I mean, even we had Dr. Barker and Rustin fly out just themselves, like just to surprise the boys, and that was huge for them. And we had, when we got back from the road trip, we had people waiting for us at the apartment complex to welcome us home. Like, that's just how special it is here. And obviously the boys wanted to go further. They wanted to bring a Final Four game here, which would have been awesome, obviously. But
yeah, you mentioned Quantum Wellness. Give a quick shout out to Dr. Barker and Dr. Carey and their team. along with peak movement
Yep.
with Rustin. How important were those people? For those who don't know who they are, can you talk a little bit about what they contributed to the team this year?
Yeah, so Dr. Barker is with Quantum Wellness, and they helped with rehab and recovery for the boys. It's like pressure point therapy. I can't explain it in detail.
It's
because
neurological
stuff.
Small muscle, and if you have any nagging injuries, you should definitely go check them
Yeah, 100%. Like it's like miracle work the way that they are able to fix you up so quickly.
Talk about like Pablo and coming out of that Jacksonville game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm sure we'll go into the game a bit more, but yeah, we played that Jacksonville game, and obviously, we've travelled so much. We're playing 4 games in 10 days, and some of the boys are starting to feel really, really tight and dangerously tight. And yeah, they got in with Dr. Barker, and he works on them and does his magic, and those boys are good to go. Just 2 days later. So yeah, I can't speak highly enough of him, and obviously Rustin again. I mean, he's been there every step of the way. He's been at every training session, analysing the boys. He's the peak mindset as well. So I can't speak highly enough of those two and what they've contributed.
Yeah, first year we've had more of a medical approach. We've had a psychological approach to what we're doing. Rustin was great at being able to have our guys tap into deeper meaning, deeper purpose into why we play this game versus just showing up on game day and playing. And I think for those really competitive athletes, it isn't just let's go train. It's hey, we have to recover well, we have to rehab well, we have to prep well, and we have to get our minds right. And so, super grateful for those guys coming in and being a part of something. And I think that definitely helped us get across the finish line.
I think so. Well, as well, when you get to the higher levels of sport, obviously, and the margins become so much tighter, so much thinner. Guys like that and what they bring to the table is what gives you that extra edge, just to edge out the competition. So, yeah, can't speak highly enough of those two, and just thank them that they're a big reason why we were conference champs.
Yeah. So 4 games in 10 days. Elimination games too.
Yeah.
So how do you, as a coach, feel looking back over the stretch? I'm overly impressed with what we do, but for those who don't understand it, walk us through that Oklahoma to West Texas to buying flights and driving 2 hours to get on to Jacksonville and then finish off in Hickory.
Yeah, that was. That was only 2 weeks ago. All of this is still
less than.
Yeah, less than. It's a whirlwind. It's must feel like a blur with it all happening. But yeah, it's just. 4 games in 10 days is first of all insane. So it's a large load on the boys' legs. I speak about it with my coaching staff, and if a Premier League team, for example, has to do that, they're able to rotate a whole squad. Their squad of 30, or they might be playing the kids or something. But yeah, to have to play that many games in that short span of time, and it's not just 4 games in 10 days; it's all the travel involved. That was just a unique experience. But I told the boys, I'm so proud of you for you won 3 of those 4. 3 of them were on the road. We were in 3 different states within a week playing games, and to get as far as they did was impressive. And you don't want to make excuses, but they did look a little tired in that game against Hickory. Hickory's still a very good team. Obviously, you need to give them credit as well. Just would have been nice to have had a little bit more rest going into that, as opposed to, I've been saying it's like if you're playing FIFA. I'm a younger coach, so I play FIFA. When we were playing FIFA, your health bar is starting on 70%.
You can't start sprinting.
You can't start. You're done pretty quick. So that's how it felt, just with it, and it is what it is. Like Hickory, obviously, is still a top team, but
yeah. And I want to give you a quick shout out to Hickory. They were great hosts to us. Great hotel, fed the boys well, and took care of us in a really good way. So a lot of people know we're all competing on the field, but it's really nice when you work with clubs that are good partners with you off the field, and their ownership group has a good relationship with us. Super grateful for all they did for us on that trip.
It was a great experience as well. Just
stadium environment.
The stadium environment, the way they've got everything set up for the game day experience. Yeah, I can't speak highly enough of that. That's what I'm speaking as a coach here. I want to coach in games like that, in environments like that. Players want to play in environments like that. So yeah, they've done a great job there.
Well, in their venue, for those, I'm sure you saw on the broadcast, but those fans are right on top.
Oh, they're on top. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Not only is it's a tight quarters, but you're going to hear everything that you normally don't get to hear.
Yeah.
So it's a great environment to teach these guys. A lot of our boys want to be professional soccer players, and so I was telling them, like, dealing with adversity, dealing with loud noise, that's part of it. And so it was good for them to get a little bit of a mental test of how crazy an environment can get, when you're going through that.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a taster for them. I mean, that's what, at the end of the day, this is what this league is for. It's helping prepare them to get to the next level as well. So, yeah, it's a unique experience going and playing at a place like that away from home, and obviously playing at home in front of the amount of fans we have too. And there's experiences, because not every player is going to make it to the next level, but that's also a pro experience that they're going to have now for the rest of their lives. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, let's recap the 2 road games real quick. Jacksonville, we go up in the 19th minute.
Yeah.
What is it that you do from there and in halftime to grind out a 1-0 victory? Give some coaching perspective and player perspective in that moment.
Yeah, in terms of the message to the team, it was every team at this point is a champion. So every team has high quality players. You're just as good as everyone else that's here, because when you go into those games, you can, if you've not been there before, you can go, deer in the headlights, wow, these are the best teams. It was like, no, you're one of them as well.
Right.
So that's kind of where the why not us came from. And yeah, we scored that goal, and we just spoke about being solid. It's knockout soccer. It's going to be a game of moments. Obviously we had a big moment with Pablo. Bryce wins the ball back, slips Pablo through, he rounds the keeper, scores. And then from there, it's about, can you be solid? And then maybe you get another one on the counter or something. And we had a couple of looks in that game. So yeah, it was just about, having moments, taking those moments, who's going to be the player to step up and be like, I belong on this stage. And we had people do that in that game. And Jacksonville were a top team. They had great players all over the field.
They were solid. I think that's another challenge that I don't know the fans really understand. Starting Saturday night, we win West Texas.
Yeah.
We celebrate.
Yeah.
But then Sunday morning, it's how are we traveling and getting everybody.
And then boys were off out down to the airport at, I think, 1 a.m. Tuesday morning, or midnight, Monday night, Tuesday morning. So you've played a game, you've barely had time to celebrate.
You're 48 hours.
And you're off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and as a coach, how do you prepare for a team that we're not watching and studying all season long, that we're familiar with going into their environment?
Yeah, it's difficult with that kind of turnaround. We luckily had a bit of time to, it was a 30-minute session on Monday, to get some tactics in. That was all we had to work with, but you kind of just have to have that it is what it is mentality.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the mentality was on the whole trip. Our equipment bag got lost, flying, our tactic ball got lost. But it added to the story. It all added to the story. We were in this small changing room in Jacksonville, and then there was a bit more room in the back room where all the toilets were. And so we moved everything back into there. We called it the war room. So we've got 2 urinals in a.
That's urinals.
Urinals. But it was kind of just like hey, it is what it is. It kind of brought us closer together.
Yeah.
It was funny, but it brought us closer together as well.
Yeah, I think looking at the road trip, obviously we had flights. It's like that movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, all in one session. What were some of the fun moments off the field when you have the guys together like that? Like, shared some of the downtime. What is it for you that you look forward to in trips like that?
I think, obviously because you're with each other so much, and in such close quarters, and chilling with each other in the hotel and everything, that stuff brings boys closer together. All like the team meals on away trips and all the travel. Yeah, it's just like it's a bonding experience in a way when you're on the road. So, and then obviously we got a bit of time in Jacksonville. We stayed an extra day there, and got to enjoy that free time and did some top golf, some horrendous golfers on this team.
If you had to give out if you could give out an award for best performer versus, I don't know if you feel comfortable sharing who was so bad.
Theo Butterworth and JT were two of the better ones for sure.
Oh, wow. JT did mention that he wants to get more into golf.
Yeah, so he had a decent swing for someone that doesn't play much. I thought, obviously, Tyler with the front office is very, very good. He's got a smooth, buttery swing.
Keeps his eye on the ball.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow, keeps his eye on. He does keep his eye on the ball. That's so good. That's so bad.
Catching strays.
Oh, he's catching strays. Tyler, we love you.
We do love you, Tyler.
You're amazing. Bad. The ones that were bad. I mean, God, you could go through the whole team. I'm not great either.
I've seen you swing. It's not a bad swing.
It's not bad. It's inconsistent. It's not bad. Jamal Williams was pretty bad.
Okay.
He was so aggressive with it. He's placed that ball down, and it's gone. It's like he's trying to swing an axe, but
there is a level of patience that's required for you to be.
there is. You need to get your set up.
Your backswing has to be.
I feel bad singling him out because the whole team was pretty horrendous, to be honest. So Billy wasn't great. I watched Alex miss the ball like 5 times in a row.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
Missing the ball is tough.
Yeah, they should stick to soccer a lot.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was a special trip. I've never taken time to go on a bus trip like that with the boys. I think this year was the first time I've gotten to do a lot of that stuff and wanted to do a lot of that stuff. And man, I'd tell you what, like some of the stories that come out of that, getting to know these guys on a deeper level. This is why we do what we do. It's not obviously we want to win championships and everything else, but watching these guys when they get here turn into more professionals, to growing as men and having some real life conversations. I mean, some of these guys experienced hardships. You know, they're away from their family for a year, and rather than going home for the summer to get some, home cooking and make sure that those relationships with parents and family are good, they choose to come out here even further away, and we get to be that for them. And so for me, that was one of the special moments.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is a growing experience. I encourage any of the boys. Theo actually mentioned it. It's rare that, an international that's a freshman stays. They normally want to go home. And he decided to stay, and he was like, this is the best decision I could have made. And obviously you saw how he grew and matured. And I just encourage any athlete that is playing college soccer to stay out during the summer and play. I used to be someone that would go home. And obviously, because you miss home, but the more you go home, you don't recognise it. So it's actually more beneficial if you do stay out because of getting to play, the experiences you get to have, the bonds you get to create, and you get better as a player. I guarantee those boys that go back in the fall are going to be some of the top performers. So they're going to be match fit, match sharp. It's just an overall great experience.
You had a philosophy going into the season that we were going to go get the best guys we could versus maybe some B team guys that are, were going to be more of their role as bench or really good training partner. If you have guys that have been following the Matadors that didn't play this year that want to play, that are talented, what would you mention? You mentioned to Bryce, but what would you say to guys that maybe not getting the playing time that they want, but sticking with it for the opportunity they might get, and being appreciative of where they're at versus leaving because they're unsatisfied?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because obviously it's difficult. I mean, the Matadors should be going out for the best of the best to begin with. And this for me is the stepping stone between the highest level of college to the professional game. So you're going to get the best of the best from college. And if you want to get into a pro environment, you've got to realise everyone there is very, very, very good. Like that, and another level. It's scary, the levels to it. So, when you do come in, bide your time. It might not be working out for you straight away, but things happen, especially in these leagues. It can change from week to week, as you've seen. Yeah. I use Bryce as an example. He's a great player. Wasn't afforded as many opportunities at the beginning. And that was more just because, it is what it is. Some guys might have been performing better in practice or, and then they get their spot and then, it's hard to drop someone if they keep doing well. And what he did was he kept his head down and Towards the end of the season, in those crunch games that are really important, he was one that was standing out the most, and he ended up getting the opportunity to start in the 3-4 biggest games of the season and put on great performances. So that's a testament to his mindset of keeping it professional. Jack Pascal was the same. He was a guy that was a standout here last year. Towards the beginning, didn't have as many opportunities. He unfortunately missed one of the games towards the start because he already had a prior commitment, and then obviously it was difficult for him to, because someone had already staked their claim for that position. But he kept his head down, and again was someone that came in towards the late stage of the season and was a top performer. So,
well, I'm sure we could go through the roster and give compliments to every single guy that worked hard, but I think a couple that I'd like for you to touch on is obviously our captain Duvon. What did he mean to the boys? What did he bring this year that really helped us get to that Elite 8 position?
Yeah, Duvon is a leader on and off the field. He puts in captain's performances all the time. It's a calming presence. And then also he's that bridge between the coaching staff and the players. He's just a really mature guy that has great footballing ability or soccer ability, but is someone that is a dream to having in a squad because he will take leadership positions and he will take the boys out, to go bowling or something, or without being asked, or he will help the coaches, with just the little details off the pitch. So having someone like Duvon's massive, and you need people like that in the team.
Yeah, I think the amount of people that ask me, like, is he like 35? Because of his maturity level.
Yeah, it's actually crazy that he's only 25.
Yeah.
Like,
we may have to check birth certificates. But
25 going on 26, I think.
Yeah. No, he's to that point, I mean, maturity is not an age.
Yeah.
And I think the way that he carries himself, super excited to have him a part of the youth academy.
He might be more mature than me. It's not hard.
Maybe he's married too, so he's got someone helping him.
Yeah, that's true.
Mature, so
yeah, I need to get
maybe you're next.
Anyone?
We are accepting applications online. Thomas is going to be putting in
There's going to be a link on the website.
Yeah, a link on the website. You can do a web submission. Coach will have questionnaire. And the top question for me is, will you support the coach's lifestyle? So, what was talk about JT? He was up for nominated for Player of the Conference.
Yep.
I think if he had won, good chance he could win Player of the Year. Like, what did he mean? What I constantly hear for somebody like him is he's talented, but he's undersized.
Yeah.
And then I step back and look and like, man, he's holding his own. He looks strong on the ball. He's faster even when he gets the ball. Like, What was that player for us in your eyes?
JT was, I think this word's been used to describe him in some of our posts. He was talismanic. Like he had the
for those of us who don't know what that means. Yeah, can you elaborate?
That means like he is the it guy that's going to make something happen. In moments where maybe we weren't looking as dangerous, he would get the ball on the half turn and he's slipping past 2-3 guys, and maybe he's passing the ball through for someone to score, or he's the one scoring a goal from 25 yards in off both posts like he did against Oklahoma. So he was that kind of player for us. You're right. Because of his size, sometimes he gets overlooked, but when you're watching him day in, day out, if you can look past that stuff, you see what an amazing player he is, and he's bloody strong. He holds off guys that are a lot bigger than him. So if you can get past that bit, you can see what a great player he is. And I'm really happy for him because I think this summer was one that put him on a bigger scale, and it gave him national recognition. I've had a lot of Division 1 coaches comment on him as a player, and I've had professional coaches comment on how well he did. So I'm really happy for him. Also, he's a great guy off the field, which is a massive part of it too. So
I got to share we did a grocery store appearance with United Supermarkets. We had the guys stationed at different locations, and man, the location I went to, I showed up. Nobody had to tell him to go be proactive to try and help people. He jumped right in and was, even when we weren't really being asked to do anything, was wanting to carry stuff to people's cars and do all that. to me, like we talked about it off the field, but character is such a big part of being able to be successful with our team, and that told me a lot.
Well, the thing is as well, right? Someone with the ability of JT has every right to have an ego, and he doesn't. He's humble. He wants to keep working. He wants to keep proving himself. And excuse me, if you want to get to the next level, that's what you need. If you're gonna, if the off the field stuff isn't quite there, then coaches aren't going to want to work with you. So to have that and a player of his ability, it's top. So.
Yeah. Last thing, then we'll move on. Your coaching staff. First year, we've had 4 guys all around it. It felt very high level. Touch on just quickly coaching staff and what those guys each have meant to building this thing this year.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak highly enough about those guys. I've formed they're like brothers. I mean, Jake's one of my best friends, if not my best friend. Played in college together, known each other for 7-8 years. We've always spoken about football like we both get it in terms of we think the same way about it. He loves Football Manager, which is like a coaching simulation video game. He's always playing Football Manager, and I was like, why don't you come do it for real? Like, I think he took Birmingham from the Championship or from League One to Champions League winners in a few years. So I mean, he clearly knows what he's doing.
He's been playing for a while.
Yeah. So he was a guy that again was high level in terms of the way he thought about the game. Helped me see things that maybe I wouldn't always see. And then the way he ran some of his sessions was just, I mean, I can't speak highly enough about him. And you saw him grow in confidence as well as the summer went on. Obviously, you then got Robbie. I mean, when Robbie speaks, you listen. He's a quiet assassin. He's got a presence about him. Another guy that, again, we all think about the game the same way or in a similar way. And guys as well, and you need these around you. You can't have yes men around you. You cannot have yes men around you as a coach. And if there was something I was doing wrong, or if I was being, a bit of a numpty, which happens quite a lot, those boys.
You could Google that word after.
Yeah, I was going to use other words, but they're not safe for broadcast. But those are the guys that put me in my place, and you need those kind of guys around you. So, and I can trust them to put on a session or see something tactically that we need to be doing, and then go along with it. And then with Kata as well. I mean, this is his first year coaching, and dude is a pro. Everything he does, spoken about it before. The attention to detail, the session that he does with the goalkeepers will perfectly, fade into what we're doing with the outfield guys. I just can't speak highly enough about him, and it is a grind being a coach, especially in those assistant positions. It's not glitz and glamour. I've done it myself. You've got to really dig deep because a lot gets asked of you for little, which is the reality at this level. And those boys went through everything, and it also brought us closer together. So.
Yeah, I think the unique personalities, everybody brought something different.
Yeah.
Obviously your job as head manager is you got to hold people accountable to the work that they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you got Jake, who always seems like the lighthearted one in the group.
He's a glue guy.
Yeah,
Jake's a glue guy.
Yeah, and puts his arm around everybody. And then Robbie, he's over there, the analyst of a lot of things. And then Kata, to me, is just a do your job kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I loved it. So,
Yeah.
And then getting to spend some time off the field, breaking bread, experiencing America on 4th of July together at the house. Those moments are super special, and I'm grateful for the staff we put together over there.
Yeah, and the last thing I say as well, and I've said it before, we all got on, which is such a massive part. You have to enjoy being, working who you're with. You're with them every day.
Yeah.
And we all enjoy being with each other. We'll all go do something together, no problem. So just really grateful for them. I can't speak highly enough about all 3 of those guys.
All right, what's your favorite moment on the field this year, looking back?
Well, it has to be beating West Texas.
Okay, what stands out there?
I mean, just the way we did it, the never say die attitude. We knew we were a better team than them, and that they got away with it 2 times. And to finally get in Theo's goal, his first goal and then the second goal to put us in front. There was no feeling like it. And then for Adam to seal the deal with one of the last kicks of the game, and just all the boys running together, the crowd going crazy. When you watch the broadcast back, it sounded like there was 20,000 people in there. Just the roar was just insane. So
and the amount of fans that traveled for that game.
yeah, that was crazy.
It made
It felt like a home game, genuinely.
Yeah. I would also tend to agree that was a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
And that was a very solid moment of we're not going to let what everyone feels like the game is over whistle out the winner.
Yeah.
And that was determination at its finest.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, favorite off-field moment that you're able to share on air?
Oh, wow. This could get good.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think, because there's been so many. I definitely think the 4th of July over at yours was special. That was nice bringing everyone together.
Do you want to share with everyone what we did?
I mean, obviously, typical 4th of July. Dustin whipped up some unbelievable burgers, some wieners,
Hot dogs. Yeah.
hot dogs, glizzies.
Robbie did give me the best compliment.
Robbie is the glizzy connoisseur.
Yeah, he said better than Wiener Schnitzel.
Better than Wiener Schnitzel,
So
and that's saying something.
I might have to open up something.
Yeah, so Robbie loves a glizzy.
I was very impressed. You had 2 burgers?
3.
3 burgers?
3 burgers.
How many hot dogs?
I didn't have any hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
But the burgers were unbelievable, so I had to keep going back.
That was also a tremendous compliment as well.
And in case he made a Snickers pie, which was unreal. I have a sweet tooth. And yeah, that was top.
And then get yourself a wife. They like to figure out what you like to eat and they make it for you. So
wow,
that's a true Texas woman. Shout out to my wife.
Just trying to think of anything else off the field. I mean, there's been so many moments. Going to play golf with the coaches because we all suck. It's hilarious. Robbie's swing, Jake's swing, they've all gotten better though. But
I wonder if Thomas, now that we have our own camera crew, could we go follow around the golf? Would that be worth watching?
We should start making
Would
YouTube
that be worth
videos.
watching?
It would be.
Tell us in the comments if it's worth watching.
I don't know. We get cancelled pretty quickly. That's the trouble.
Well, we'd have to have. It wouldn't be a live.
Yeah, we'd have to edit a lot of it. Yeah. We will get in trouble.
You're full time in Lubbock. What has it been moving here, and thoughts on Lubbock the last 5-6 months?
I think the people are the biggest thing that stand out to me. How close everyone is, and everyone's wanting to help. I enjoy getting to go to work every day because I get to work with. I get to work with you every day. Thomas back there, Cooper. We like to mess with Cooper. But yeah, she's out. No, I just enjoy getting to come to work every day. People are nice. I love food in Texas. There's so many good spots to eat around here. Yeah, just really enjoying myself. Dust storms are, could do without those, but
our boys experienced a tornado situation this year.
that was a funny off the field.
Funny stories?
That was a funny off the field moment. Obviously.
I know you were overly checking in on Momo.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure Momo was alright. You got to look after you got to look after the boys. Just wanted to make sure he was alright. So yeah, we put in the group chat, "Where's Momo?" We get a picture back. He's hiding in the cupboard somewhere. Closet.
with a neck pillow.
With a neck pillow on.
As if he's going on a plane somewhere.
It's that extra safety, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, if he's in a tornado,
that neck pillow might be the difference.
Yeah, I think this year, just if you had to sum it up in 1 or 2 words, what really comes to mind for you?
Oh, that's a tough one. 1 or 2 words. Sum up the season. Electric would be one.
Okay.
Especially, I'll talk about that. Like a movie is how I'd describe the season.
Okay.
Obviously, we were doing so well, and then you face the adversity against the rival team. They beat you 2 times. But we had a lot of chances, I'll say that. And then to finally get it back in the finale of the movie. And then
Oklahoma game. I mean,
yeah,
4 goals in 13 minutes.
That's electric. That was electric to do that, and that was like with our newfound attitude because of the disappointment we faced during the regular season, the way that ended. and you saw just a complete mindset shift. And we had an interesting training session after that game, which I think helped contribute towards the mindset shift.
But I think we don't have to go into detail what that was, but as a coaching staff, you have such a limited time to get a system in place, evaluating. So how important is it for you to be able to pivot based on what you're seeing?
Yeah, it's massive. You have to be flexible. You can't be too regimented in what you're doing. Oh, this is working 100%. Like, you have to be flexible, and if you see something going wrong, you have to figure out how to solve. So we figured out how to solve.
I think it was funny. I'll tell real quickly. This morning on my way to the gym, I ran into one of our partners coming out of a donut shop with his kids, and he stopped. Shout out WT with Perry's. They fed our boys. Did a great job.
Thank you very much.
It's been super helpful.
Yep.
But everybody keeps saying the same phrase to me. What a run!
Yeah.
And to me, that phrase sticks highly. I mean, there's a lot to be proud of.
Yep.
You guys did tremendous things on the field, and I don't think there's anybody that's disappointed with where we ended because we got to be taken through such tremendous highs this year.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed.
Well,
I wanted to go get the big one, but
it's great that our fans can appreciate watching good soccer
100%.
and that our guys, regardless of the outcome, left it
All
as much as they could out on the field.
I mean, look, we finished the season with Lone Star Conference champs. We were right at the very top of the regular season, the whole season. We made it to the Elite Eight. It's the first time the Matadors have ever done that, which to me is still crazy that it's not happened before.
Yeah.
But this is a club that should be doing this every year, so we're setting the minimum expectation now.
I'm going to improv because we have a special guest in the house. JT, can I grab you for a minute? I'm going to bring a chair over here because we will have 2 mics. I'll let you get in the middle.
Sit in the middle.
There's our player of the year. We love him.
Who's Mike? Can you go on? Do you want to go this one?
I'll lean in and I'll lean out. So
all right.
It's great to have you back. You're getting prepared to leave.
Yeah.
I think it's a little sad for people, but how would you describe the season?
I mean, I said it's been like the best 3 months of my life. Like, I've loved every minute of it, on the pitch, off the pitch. Like, I couldn't have asked for any more, you know. But I'm obviously sad it's over, but hopefully in the future I'd get more opportunities here, you know. So
if you had to reevaluate Kata and Robbie versus Dave and Jay, would you change your answers?
Explain to people what the question
is. So basically, it was between Kata and Robbie who would win in a fight between them and Jake and Dave. But
your original answer was?
My original answer was Kata and Robbie, but I thought about it and it's definitely Dave and Jake.
Yeah, there we go.
You know, obviously Jake, he's a Birmingham fan. You know, my guy, and Dave's got some hands on him, so I think
I'm
got
back
the English boys. So
I'm surprised you didn't. None of the English boys.
I don't know, because I walked in and I don't know.
It was early morning.
Yeah,
they hadn't had their Celsiuses.
Yeah, like I wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got If they'd asked in the afternoon,
I would have definitely said.
For those who didn't see, it was very one-sided on who would win.
Yeah.
Which was disappointing that there wasn't more belief in our head coach.
No.
Jake smiles too much.
Maybe that's what it is.
Kata does
He's
not.
a silent killer.
If you go back and look at pictures, Kata, we won 5-2 in a playoff game. No smile.
I also want to just quickly shout out someone. He's my mentor. It's Sean Pierce. So he's the person that's helped me get into the position I'm in today. He's unbelievable. I just wanted to shout him out. His wife's from Lubbock as well, so I just wanted to quickly say that. There you go.
All right, JT. You're leaving Friday.
Yeah.
What's some words of thank you or things that come to mind that you would love to share with the fans before you go?
I just want to say thank you for making me enjoy my time as much as I have here. I've loved every minute of it. Hopefully I can see you next year maybe.
Where can they catch you before next year?
So I'm playing in Hobbs, New Mexico, for my college on the 2nd of October. So I mean, it'd be good. It's only an hour and a half away from here.
It's my birthday. Come on for my birthday.
Yeah, birthday present. So I mean, it'd be good to see as many people as possible.
Back to the Shreve.
Yeah, back to the Shreve. Gonna win a national title this year. So
If you start having red sauce with your chicken and pasta, you'll be a first-team All-American.
You
not just turkey.
No, you can't have red sauce with chicken. It doesn't hit the same.
Chicken Alfredo is very, very good.
Yeah, it's my go-to
Yeah.
for game. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
That's it. Okay, chair. We'll leave the chair. All right.
All right.
We told you this is a special episode today. We're doing
It's
it
a
off the
special episode.
off the riff.
We got one more. We'll do one more.
Should we do one more?
Carlos, why don't you come over here?
Oh, with his.
Look at it. He's already left us physically with his attire, but that's okay.
There's a story behind that as well. Well, multiple stories, but
So for
Too many.
2 minutes.
So for those who don't know, which I think most of our fans do now, part of our mission here at the Matadors is sports education. We have some tremendous interns, but we had a special one this year that came all the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico. We had the pleasure of having a relationship when I was with New Mexico United, and he wanted to come out here for an internship. So I would love for you to share a little bit about, from the internship side, what was something that stood out to you? What did you learn? Things that were good.
I don't know how much I can say on air. I think we all know that. But from the internship side, I mean, it wasn't just me. I mean, Thomas and Cooper, Nicole's here as well. They've all been influential this year. Dave and his coaching staff, and the rest of the intern group that we had was phenomenal this season. You winning on the field makes it a lot easier, I'll tell you that. But it was an unbelievable experience. I'm really glad I decided to come to Lubbock. I never thought I'd ever see myself in this town, ever. And I never thought, as a New Mexican, I would ever say the words "I miss somewhere in Texas" as well. But it's been a fantastic ride here, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. Don't you start crying on.
Yeah. Share with people through this internship where you're going and what job you got out there.
Yeah, so I'll be going back to the University of New Mexico to finish up my education. It feels like I'm making like a commitment speech. So I chose for the University of New Mexico. I'll be going back to Albuquerque to finish up my degree in multimedia communications journalism from the University of New Mexico, minor in United States history. Continue working for that athletic department there in the Mountain West. But more importantly, this is probably news to some New Mexico folk too, because I haven't really told many people. I've accepted the community coordinator position with New Mexico United. Thank you. A full-time front office gig, taking over for a mentor of mine, David Weesey-Carl, who is recently the new vice president for Houston Dynamo and Dash, which is fantastic. So happy for him. I'll be working along Jules Myers, who's done an amazing job in New Mexico as well, another one of my mentors. So, but this internship has prepared me for that. I feel like in a good spot where I can hop in, on August 1st for the playoff run. Tune in, ESPN Plus, just saying. The boys are hot right now, just saying. But it's been a pleasure, and hope to take stuff I've learned here in Lubbock. I told Thomas this yesterday. Take stuff that I've learned here and try to implement it back home in New Mexico. We'll see. We'll do my best.
Last question, we'll let you go. How were the leaders of the organization? If you have anything to say about your general manager, your operations manager, maybe your store manager. I don't know. That's up to you on whether you want to do that.
Store manager is wild. Thank you to you for reaching out. When I reached out as late as I did, and you guys Thomas, having the faith in me to at least interview me in late March. I think it might have been late February. Honestly, it was still during basketball season for the Lobos, and giving me faith in coming out here and helping improve this organization. I'll miss her dearly. She's been fantastic in helping me get adjusted to Lubbock, and everyone played a role in that. For the folks that don't know, I had a really rough few weeks. You guys touched on when you're talking about the players, the adjustments of coming, right? Well, I think I was one of the first interns that hasn't had any connection to Lubbock in general. So that was a big adjustment, but thanks to the front office, Dave and his staff, it made life a lot easier, which was great. So, thank you to everybody, and if you're thinking about doing this internship, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic organization. I have nothing but high praise going back home. I never thought I'd be repping Texas stuff when I go home, but I have a tee time tonight at 6:30. I'll be rocking my Matadors hat on the golf course. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. And Somos Unidos.
For us, I think that's a big part of what we do. I got one more that I want to bring on, and then we'll wrap things up. So, Cooper Cowan.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
So glad you didn't say Cohen.
We love to tease her. All right, Coop, you were an intern. Then you got hired on full time. This is your first experience going through a full season with us. Recap it for you. How would you describe it?
So this season was just amazing. Like, I was kind of thrown into a lot, but I wouldn't have changed it for the world. It was all worth it, honestly, once season started and having that home opener and seeing, over 6,000 fans. It's like, holy cow, like I'm a part of something that's bigger, than me. So, yeah, I wouldn't change it for anything. And this season definitely has been one of the best experiences I've had working in sports.
I love it. If you could describe the season in a few words, and want to tell your favorite off the field or on the field moment, please share with us. I know you love to tell Coach your feelings on who's performing well and who needs to sit the bench. So don't be shy now. Please tell us your feelings on what was the best on the field moment, best off the field moment for you this year. Lean into that.
So the best on the field moment was definitely the Oklahoma game, scoring, that many goals in 13 minutes. I've played soccer for 19 years, and I have never seen anything like that.
That's what you say. That's why you're on the team.
Yeah.
Oh, if you didn't know, by the way, she played D1. Mentions it every other sentence.
No, I did not. I did
It's in the
not.
bio.
Yeah, I have a ring, so shout out.
Oh, you have like multiple.
I have two. So, but yeah, that was definitely a favorite on the field. Eric Ward was there, and I felt like he was also super into it. It's super cool seeing someone that, has such a high standing at Tech, also like loving the Matadors, and he's wanting to come back to our games next season. Off the field moment, though, was when me and Dustin and Tyler traveled to Jacksonville, Florida.
What was so special about that for you?
I got to sit next to Dustin on a plane for 2.5 hours.
So great.
And I think he was pretty annoyed because I talk a lot. But we had some funny Snapchat filters, and I think he had a good time. If you want to see my vlog, go check it out on TikTok. Dustin talked the entire time. So.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks.
Last thing, while we have Coach here, what's your favorite thing about having David as part of the staff? I know you guys have a special relationship and bond. What's been some highlights for you having Coach here?
I got to think about that.
Oh, dude. I can't wait to hear this one.
Having David here, it's just nice to also have someone who's, very knowledgeable and super passionate about soccer. So we get along really well when it comes to talking about, the youth program and stuff like that. So yeah, it's cool learning off of someone, especially since I'm stepping into coaching for the youth academy. I feel like I've learned a lot from David, so it's been really awesome.
Anything you want to say to the fans before you go?
Hey, Matadors for life.
All right. Clap it up for Coop. All right. One more thing before we go. It feels a little surreal. It's ended where we're at, but what's next for you?
I don't know. Obviously, we've got the youth academy, and a lot of attention has been on the first team. Obviously, it's such a short season, about 2.5, 3 months if you go the whole way, or as far as we have. But yeah, now everything is fully geared to building up the youth out in Lubbock. So obviously, we want to create the pathway that we keep talking about towards the first team, moving up. We've had guys already training with the first team. Jimmy Gonzalez has been one of the standout guys, and we want to get more guys like that. So yeah, working on the youth academy, and going full steam ahead with that season.
Yeah, and I'll just tell you personally, this is a passion project for me that we're getting into an area where we're able to help more youth year round versus just during the few months that we have the guys here. So super grateful for that. Anything I didn't touch on that you just want to take a moment to share or really last minute thoughts?
I think the biggest thing for me is to thank everybody. This was such a special season, and it took all of us to go win a championship. We spoke about it with our intern crew and front office staff a few months before the season started. It does take everyone. It's not just the players and the coaching staff doing stuff on the field. It's all the off the field stuff that helps win a championship. So, with the experience that these players get, it makes it easier for me to recruit them because our fan base is so passionate, so bought in. Coming to home games, away games. Our front office staff work so hard to provide them meals. The interns put on an amazing game day experience as well, along with Thomas. So I have to shout out Thomas Wolf because he's the engine of the Lubbock Matadors. Without him, might fall apart maybe.
Yeah, no choo-choo.
No choo-choo. Might fall apart without Thomas. Just thank you to everyone. Thank you to the staff. Thank you to the players. Obviously for trusting in our coaching staff and what we were going to do here this year and what the club could provide them.
Yeah, Thomas wasn't working behind the scenes. He would be front and center on here as well. Man, like a little brother to me, but does so much for our club. So grateful for everyone that's participated in this year. But it's all. I think the saddest part for me is not being able to look up in the stands and get to see the faces for a little while. But we hope that you guys follow what we're doing on the Youth Academy side. Maybe you can come out and cheer on some of our youth kids. All of our staff is going to be involved supporting that part of our business. And like anything in its first year, there's going to be a lot of growth and growing pains, I'm sure, at times. But we want all of your support as we look to continue to do great things in our community. But super appreciative. I'm really glad you said yes to the opportunity.
Well, thank you for bringing me in.
I think
it's the best decision I've made.
Yeah, we found our guy. I think it's what's been really hard in the past is being able to really let people understand like how hard this job is as a head coach. There's so much responsibility that we put on David. There's so many. We need you to be here, talk to these people. We need you to do this thing, that thing, and when you're interviewing, I think you can really be like, oh, okay, like yeah, I have no problem, all that. But it's different when you're in the moment. And you got 3 different things you need to be doing, and you're being asked to do something. And to be able to show up with a smile on your face, commit to the things that you're doing, we're very grateful that you embodied what it means to be a professional coach this year. So I want you to hear from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers, Thomas. I will say this is just the beginning because we're building something special out here in Lubbock. We've launched the Youth Academy this summer. Man, what a summer we've had. We've launched the Youth Academy, Lone-Star Conference champs, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for this year's Coaches Show. We might launch something new. I don't know if it'll include a YouTube follow along on a golf course, but we'll stay tuned for that. But on behalf of myself and the club, thank you all so much for your support, your constant attention on what we're doing, and we couldn't do any of this without the fan base. So super grateful for everything you guys do for us, and go Matadors.